This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Friday. It is the Morning Drive on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com with Brennan Riker, who's in for Jeff McGuire, and Chris Snead, who is here today for Jamie Lint. I'm Chuck Heinz, and we look forward to hearing from you today on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to Double T 97.3.com for that of the mobile app. Visual Edge IT hotline, it too is open at 806-771-0973 as we come to you from the First United Bank studio and start getting you ready for what is going to be one heck of a day tomorrow over at Jones Stadium, beginning with game day, the kickoff, Double T 97.3 Coors Light postgame show. Hopefully we have happy totals. Hopefully we have happy people. Hopefully next week we're talking about even higher ranking. But man, it's I think Chris going to be a battle tomorrow between Texas Tech and BYU.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a rock fight. I mean, I don't anyone that thinks that this is going to be a walkover. I think they're misplaced thinking. But bottom line, you got to get out there and get after it and do what you got to do and take care of your business more than anything.
What's your confidence level this morning?
About 80%.
80%. Okay.
Yeah.
Brendan, what's yours?
I'm probably 85%.
Wow.
I feel pretty good about it.
Okay.
I started the week off on the show of choice last week saying the same thing that I said against Kansas. I'm nervous that I'm not nervous about this game.
Paul says this, great day to be alive in the LBK. Wreckham. Good morning, Tres Amigos. Hope this is a good trend. BYU is 0-3 when game day is in town.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, good morning, Red Raider fans. Raider power, Raider power. Yeah, there's no question that the town is about ready to burst. Do you feel like the hype has reached the level of the 08 Texas game?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I think there's electricity in the air. You kind of feel it wherever you go. I mean, I went to a little reception last night, and that was all anyone could talk about last night was what's going to happen at the Jones Saturday. Hey, you going to go? And I'm like, I got a week off. I'm going to be there. It's going to be fun. Got the daughters coming into town. Mm-hmm. Everyone's looking for tickets. Anyone want to get an extra ticket? If you have an extra ticket, get your checkbook out because it's going to cost you some money.
Right.
But yeah, this is a fun time. You get these times like maybe 4 or 5 times in your life where you get a game like this that has the hype and hopefully presents the hype and then lives up to it at the same time. Like the 2008 game, it had all the hype leading up to it. You had the 2 undefeated teams, and then the game lived up to the hype, with game day and everything, and the ending and the field rush 3 times by the students and everything about that
Kicking
game.
Off from your own 5-yard line, basically. And,
yeah.
I mean, it was a little dicey there at the end.
It was not a, because if you had to work that out just right, because you had to squib that deal, because if you kicked off, they fair caught it, they get a free kick from that spot mm-hmm. for a chance to win the game, or they could throw it into the end zone. I guess it was 39-33, right, at the time. Yeah. So they had a chance to. They could have thrown it in a touchdown, or they could have run one back. So you had to field that, but luckily you ended up with the ball in your hands at the end of that down. So.
Hey, we talk about all the tortilla problems, causing you, in that case it was there's some self-infliction going on there with people thinking that the game was over and running out on the field and all that kind of stuff.
There's still 1 second, and they ran on the field after the touchdown, and they ran on the field after the extra point. They had to wait to the 000, boys.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean,
oh no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to those students who are now probably, they don't have college age kids yet, but they probably have some young phenom age kids.
Yeah, I mean, I did that in college, so I mean, I can't have any kind of disparaging comments to anybody that ran onto the field before the clock expired.
You know the funny thing? You know the only field I ever got onto? I never rushed the field at Tech. But when we beat UT in 89, somehow I ended up on the field. And then in 89, when we beat them on 3rd and 26, the Jamie Guild, Anthony Manyweather.
Yeah. That was just the other day, the anniversary of that.
Yeah. I had English 1301 with Anthony Manyweather, or 1302. Well, was it 1301? Whatever, doesn't matter. 2001, but it doesn't matter. Regardless, that was a fun time, and somehow I ended up on the field stomping on the Longhorn.
Good morning, guys. Did Chris get his Tyler Shuck jersey? If he did, I didn't hear it. Yeah, he did. He paid it off.
Yeah,
he wore it on the bottom line
Monday morning. Monday noon.
Monday noon, yeah.
If you didn't tune in, I guess it's probably on some podcast or the
YouTube or something.
Yeah, I stood up. I even waited until the headlines, and so I said I've got breaking news.
Yeah,
I whipped the
you did what you said you were going to do. So
I also almost doubled down. I didn't quite double down. And I said if Tyler Shuck threw more touchdowns and interceptions this year, I would wear that jersey to the final home game on December 21st in the Superdome with a sign that says something disparaging about me.
You may want to hold back on that because you may want to keep that weekend open.
Well, that's a Sunday. The game would be on Friday. I know what you're talking about.
Or Saturday. Yeah.
I mean, unless the government shuts down, continues, and there's no flights.
So let me ask you this. Any correlation, because I feel like that when we've had these kind of big game moments, our team hasn't performed. You know,
I don't necessarily know about that.
Let me just cite some examples for you. You know, twice against Baylor, including one time when you were putting Patrick Mahomes into the Ring of Honor, and last year against Colorado when you had the big noon kickoff. Now I realize that you've got a lot of, and when I say perform, I mean win the game, end result.
Well, let's see. What was your record last year going into the big noon kickoff? You had a 6-3 record, and you weren't really competing for a national spotlight. I mean, it was.
Sure, you were.
Well, no, I mean a national, like to get to the college football playoffs. You were trying to get
to the Big 12 championship game. You win that game, you would have been in the Big 12 championship game.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I'm talking about 2008. You had this. You won the game.
That. I'm
you
just
come
saying,
back the next week, an even bigger game.
I'm just saying.
You won the game.
To you, it's time. It is time for this team, this program, this regime to deliver. And tomorrow is one of those days that you can do that.
Okay.
Because in big games at home, big moments, you haven't won.
Okay.
You haven't won when you needed to win.
There it is. Chuck says we're not going to win Saturday.
I did not say that.
We don't perform. We're not going to.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hey, good morning, and welcome to Hour 2 of the Morning Drive on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com, with Brendan Riker, who's in for Jeff McGuire, and Chris Snead, who's in for Jamie Lint. I'm Chuck Heinz. So thank you for being with us. We come to you, the three of us, from the First United Bank studio, and look forward to hearing from you today on the Yates Flooring Center chat line or the Visual Edge IT hotline. If you have score predictions that you would like to share with us, you certainly can, and hit us up there. And it's just bragging rights more than anything else. So if you want to weigh in, you certainly can. 12 hours from now, we'll have the start of Optimum Game Day Live from the Frazier Alumni Pavilion. Hey, feel free to come by. I mean, if you don't get into game day, okay.
I bet you they'll have plenty of room for game day, but you know what? Come by and say hi.
I don't know. I went over there yesterday, and the perimeter it's small. They'll be able to put a bunch of folks in there, and you'll be able to get nice and close, and you'll be snuggle up weather in the morning because it's going to be 45 degrees at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Oof. So I know. And thankfully, you and I go on at 8.
Yeah.
So
it's layering time.
But the sun will come up, and it'll be right there, rising in the east as it does every day, and so so we'll benefit from that.
Wait,
now,
what?
Now Fink and Nick Long, they'll be bundled up, okay, for the Saturday morning quarterback, and that'll go from 7 until 8, and then Chris and I will be on a game day tomorrow from 8 to 9, and then
make your plans accordingly, right?
We'll take you inside the stadium at 10, and then the kick's at 11. Do you, in a game like this, would you have rather it been a night game, and kind of you get the all day to kind of get,
I'm always for a night game.
Get kind of warmed up. I would say, or are you like, okay, let's just get, with all the hype that you've had this week and with all the anticipation, is it maybe better for even the home team to have the 11 a.m. kick so that you're not waiting around all day?
From a hype standpoint, this could be good for Tech because you're going to have a fever pitch crowd. Because at the end of, I'm sure that you're going to have 5 people, maybe 6. That say Texas Tech's going to win this game, and and Pat McAfee's not going to put on a red head, but he's probably going to say something. Oh my gosh, I fear what he's going to say.
Why? What do you fear he's going to say?
I fear he's going to say something along the lines, "I'll pay the fine," kind of thing.
Okay, well, that's their problem, not ours.
Yeah, but I don't want that to be our problem.
No, I understand that. I understand that. Let's see. This person says, guess Jamie and Jeff were camping in Raiderville and had to pack away their stuff. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yeah. They're packing up their stuff. Yeah. No, Jeff's working, and Jamie's working as well. Did I hear no Thetford and Ashby tomorrow? That's correct. No Thetford and Ashby tomorrow. They get the day off tomorrow, so they'll be able to go to the game and all that kind of stuff. But an 11 a.m. kick, I mean. Normally I would say, man, I want a night game for this, but I just wonder if you just kind of, if you poured some truth serum into Joey McGuire and said, do you like the 11 a.m. this week? Because you've had so much energy that's just been boiling, and you're like, okay, let's just get out there and play. We don't have to sit around and kind of keep our guys occupadoed and try to keep them from spending all their energy waiting around for a night game.
Yeah, I think you get in there and you get everyone, we said fever pitch, and they come out, your hair on fire, and now you have to concentrate on the task at hand, which is, hey, hype and fever pitch don't win football games. I mean, you can get overhyped and you can try to do too much and do your job. Come out at 11:07 and do your job. And that should be the last thing he says when they walk out of the locker room. Touch the saddle.
Touch the saddle, right. Let's see this. David says Texas Tech wins 38-24, similar to last week's game. Defensive first half and wear them down. Big second half finish. Are you concerned about BYU's quarterback or BYU's stud running back or BYU's ability to protect both against your defensive line?
Their quarterback, Bear, how do you say his last name?
Bachmeier.
Bachmeier. I want to I keep want to call him Brockermeyer. He's when you get to a point in this season, you kind of wonder, and Rob Bro said this, you wait for this kid to have his freshman moment. He to this point 8 games hasn't had his freshman moment where he just went out and looked like a freshman. Will Hammond had that moment, in the first half of the Arizona State game. He looked like a freshman. In the Liberty Bowl, looked like a freshman. But, when he came in off the bench at Utah, that guy looked like a seasoned vet and was slinging the ball over and spinning it everywhere. But, Bear hadn't had that yet. And so we're kind of waiting for him to have that moment where, has he faced...
Bear hasn't had that.
Bear hasn't had that.
Yeah.
Bear.
It sounded like you said Barron, sorry.
Oh, sorry, not Barron. Not Barron.
Bear. Well, he's 120 for 201, 126 for 201. 3 interceptions, has passed for 1,693 yards, 11 touchdowns. And this will be the most raucous environment that he has faced this year because they played at East Carolina. They played at Colorado. They won 24-21. Yeah. There were 52,000 at that game. At least that's what they list the attendance at.
That's what Colorado still thought they were going to be relevant.
Sure. And then they won in 2 overtimes at Arizona. They did have to play at Iowa State. They did win there. I mean, that's not the easiest place.
And if you want to look at this, that's their most impressive win.
Yeah.
Is that I mean, you look at what they've done, they had to come from behind to beat Colorado. They had to, the West Virginia game, that wasn't like they dominated the whole game. They went 2 OTs with Arizona. Utah, they had to come from behind to win at home.
Yeah.
The Iowa State's the most complete game that they've played this year.
Man. As a fan, I wish this game was at 2:30 or 6 just so that we're all able to stay at game day and watch the picks and things like that. That from 1M.
You will if you have to get in the stadium to watch that, though.
Yeah.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
7:15 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Good morning with Chris Snead, who's in for Jamie Lint, and Brendan Reicher's in for Jeff this morning. I'm Chuck Heinz. We'll have the West Texas Friday night preview show tonight at 6. It's the last week of the regular season, so it'll be at 6 tonight, and then the scoreboard show at 9:30 tonight. We'll have Liberty and Levelland tonight. That's our lone high school game, as those two teams will play on Young Country 93-1. We'll have hoops tonight. The Red Raiders take on Sam Houston State. Should be a cakewalk. They might even have a cakewalk at halftime for all I know.
Wow.
6 o'clock pregame, 7 o'clock play-by-play tonight on Double T 97.3. Okay. Lady Raiders got a win last night. They took down UTSA. Final score last night, 79-52. I have never seen this in a basketball game. The opposing coach, Karen Aston, the former UT coach, she did not call one timeout last night.
Okay.
Not one. Coach Gerlich called one. It was just bizarre.
Well, they had a place to be, things to do.
I guess so. But it was a long game.
Really?
Yeah. It was.
There's so many TV timeouts nowadays. You don't have to call timeouts.
I know, but it's not like the men. It's like under 4, under 8, under 12, under 16. There's the quarter breaks, and then there's the under 5 timeout. But at any rate, ladies won 79-52.
You should follow that through the season to see if that becomes a trend based on the TV formats for women's college basketball.
Okay.
Because I bet you it might bear out that they've decided that they don't need to call that.
We've had quarters for years, so
I know, but
that's not necessarily the case. All right, so the women will play again on Sunday. They take on Texas State, and we'll have that for you at 1:30 with play-by-play at 2 o'clock. And that will be on both 100.7 The Score and 93.7 The Eagle. No Cowboys this weekend and no Chiefs this weekend. Both are idle. And so that will allow number 5 to come here and be a guest picker.
15.
He's 15 for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He's 5 for us, the Red Raiders.
Okay. I think more people don't know him as 15 than 5.
People here know him as number 5.
Okay. We're getting into the semantics argument here, okay? Pat Mahomes going to show up here and pick. I don't think we're breaking any news here.
Me, as the longtime Chiefs fan, would probably be the more one to say he's number 15. But I'm saying he's number 5, and you, the Texas Tech grad, is saying no, he's 15. No, he's number 5 here. When he comes here, he's number 5.
Okay.
When they put on that cape here, it's 5.
Okay.
Like if he comes out,
to be honest, his level of success, and I'm not saying he wasn't successful here. He did a lot of great things here. Mm-hmm. However,
when you look up,
he went to a bowl game and lost. Mm-hmm. And
when you look up on the side of the stadium,
there's his name's up there.
And what number's up there?
This is 5.
Okay, number 5.
That's the number he wore here. Yeah. I get it. You're not wrong, Chuck.
When he comes out to be the guest picker and he's wearing the icicle uniform tomorrow, he's not going to wear 15. He's going to wear 5.
Okay, fair enough. His boy Keenan Ward was a 15 at Tech.
But here's my concern.
Shout out Keenan Ward.
Here's my concern for the game tomorrow. And we've had a little bit of discussion on this, and I'm curious as to your true opinion of this. I feel like your offense has sputtered, despite the fact that you have averaged 43.6 points a game. Now, granted, you scored 67 against Arkansas Pine Bluff, 62 against Kent State, and 45 against Oregon State.
You take out your defensive and special teams touchdowns as well.
Right. And so remember last week, I mean, it's 29-20, with about 7:16 to play.
And then it escalated quickly.
Because of your defense. You got a scoop and score, you got an interception that set up an easy score.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest play against K-State was the defense denying on the 2-point conversion because it kept it from being a one-score
game.
Yeah. So when I say sputtering, it's kind of like when you start up your lawnmower and you're waiting for your lawnmower to, kick in, and it's and it's not. Okay. I just feel like it's sputtered.
How was that again, Chuck?
We're not going to go through that again, but
I'm just curious. I want to know what your lawnmower sounds like.
Mine is like, first turn, man.
Okay, man.
So do you agree, disagree with me?
I think the defense has kept the offense in games, and the offense has put the defense in some tough spots this year.
But do you feel like
the Arizona State game, and but the offense has sputtered at points.
Sputtered, yeah.
And whether that is sputtering because it was play calling, was it sputtering because of decision making in game? I think it runs better with Baron Morton. I mean, it is not a knock at Will Hammond. I just think that those guys have different skill sets. That Will Hammond is a much better runner, and I think the legs are better. I think Barron does a much better job of breaking down defenses and reading defenses and making decisions, checking into the right play, and making the right decisions. And one of the latest criticisms of him is that he's held the ball a little too long. I think the route running, if you go back and you break down, I think the route running of some of the receivers in that room hasn't been as crisp as it has been at the beginning of the year. The route running has gotten a little ragged and sloppy.
And the drops.
Yeah, and sometimes I think that when you look at the routes, and Barron is looking for a guy to be at a certain spot at a certain time, and that guy's not there because he either dragged a route or he went too far. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, and I'm not gonna put this all on him. Sometimes he just does hold the ball too long. Okay, but in a timing game, you have to look at it's a crisp timing game, and when the offense is humming, guys they're making their in and out of their cuts, they're in and out of their routes. And they get to the tops of their routes, and the route trees work. But these guys, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the receiver. There's a lot of read and react to the offense. They both see the safety coming up, so we know. Hey, boom, we're going to slip to the hot route. Boom. Sometimes the receiver doesn't see it. The quarterback sees it, and they don't go to the same spot.
And the other problem is what you've done up front. I mean, these pre-snap penalties have put you in a pickle and in a bind and behind the chains.
Yeah, but you think about that. You had 4 penalties. You had 2 pre-snaps. You had an illegal snap, and you had an offensive encroachment.
I understand. Okay? I understand that.
I get it.
But those 3 of those penalties occurred in the first quarter.
I agree with you.
And that's led to the sputtering at the start of that.
Well, one takes you from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6, and takes you out of what you were most likely going to be a Jacoby Williams or Cam Dickey power trap, and you're gonna get that yard, and you go to now you're going to check down to a pass play where you need to get 6 or 7 yards. That changes your offensive mindset. That hurts you.
Yeah.
But the offensive encroachment. Hey, that's not an offensive lineman being wrecked by the sound right there. That's just a guy not lining up right.
Right. No, I get it.
And that's all that is. Illegal snap. You can put that on a crowd noise. But false start. You can put that on a crowd noise.
I feel like we've talked about this a little bit, and you're a guy that's obviously in this. I feel like the slightest little twitch anymore, it just seems like the offensive lines are being held more accountable today than maybe they were 5 years ago.
No, they're not.
And I knew you were going to say that. I just said it feels like.
It doesn't.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying what my perception.
Okay.
It's like, man, if you got an itchy nose, you got to deal with it, man.
That's why they say hold your water, guys. Your perception is wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you feel it more. I mean, I don't think any more false starts being called today than they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
7:25 this morning on the Morning Drive. Chris has question of the day next.
This is the Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
The next, Jamie's question of the day.
Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3, presented today by someone not named Jamie, is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Oh, this is where I talk?
Speak.
All right, Chuck. All right, Brennan, Chuck, everybody.
Fine listening audience.
Fine listening audience. How about this? I actually asked this question on the bottom line. I'll ask it here. Is the Texas Tech job, and I'm going to phrase it like this. I asked this question and I already knew the answer. I declared that the Texas Tech football job is the best job in the Big 12. And I agree. I full-heartedly believe that is the best football coaching job in the Big 12 right now, based on the fact that you've got the resources for your NIL, you've got the best facility in the country, you've got a fan base that is totally and completely 100% engaged, and you've got momentum like no other time in the history of this program right now. And you've got a legitimate chance to win not only the Big 12, but play in the college football playoff. All that being said, do you agree that this is the best job in the Big 12 right now?
Yes.
Okay. Chuck Heinz?
Is that your question?
No.
Okay. Brennan, do you agree with this?
Yes.
Is the Texas Tech football job right now, as we sit on November 7th, 2025, year of our Lord, the best football job in the country?
No, I can't say that. I can't say that. I think in terms of coach and fit today, I think you would struggle to find as good a fit. But I think folks at Ohio State would. I mean, now that Ryan Day's won a national championship,
a year ago they wanted to fire that guy.
I know. I think Indiana might say their guy's fitting like a glove, like right now.
But is it the best job in the country? I'm just saying, given I'm not just talking about the guy. I'm talking about the job.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best. I think it's up there. I don't think it's the best job in the country. I think it's up there.
Okay.
That's
fair.
I think it's up
fair.
there.
I'm not saying. I'm asking the question. Is it the best job in the country?
Because here's the thing. If you're Joey McGuire, all right, you're probably going to get a big raise after this year.
Yes, you are.
And the thing and Jamie and I talked about this a little bit. I can't remember if we talked about this on the air or off the air. But the bottom line is that you're not hearing Joey McGuire's name with any other schools with any of these openings. And is the reason why because his agent isn't floating his name?
Yep.
And then also, do people look at this and go, well, there's no way Joey McGuire is going to leave Texas Tech because right now it just appears like it's a perfect marriage. So with every marriage, there's always some things where you go, you peel the onion back and go,
so once again,
she's a bit of a nightmare, or he's a raging alcoholic, or he's a philanderer, he can't keep it in his pants, the whole thing,
Wow.
And but they go to church on Sunday and they sit in the front row, right? And we all know people like that, where you go, she's a bit of a kook and he's a bit of a flake.
So once again, let me couch it from this standpoint. This is complete conjecture, everybody. Okay? Nobody is running anybody off anything. I am just saying, hypothetically, if you were in the market for a coach right now, Would you think, and given all the other jobs that are out there, okay, would you think with your resources for NIL, the amount of money that you can pay for your head coach,
right,
your facilities,
your
fan base, all the other things that you have in place, would you think that your job compares to favorably or better than every other open job in America right now? And I think the answer is yes.
I would agree with you on that. I think
that's what I'm asking. Is it the best football job in America right now, today, November 7th, 2025?
I don't know if it's the best, but if you want to say of the jobs that are open, like LSU or Florida or Penn State or all those things, because one of the things that we talked about the other day was, I think with a guy like, and look, this is just my opinion, okay? But with a guy like Joey McGuire, who relationships are everything to him.
Yes.
Not only player relationships, but staff relationships, community relationships, all those things. That takes time and effort and energy to build. And you can't it just doesn't work at every school where he's going to be beloved and everything he says is going to be, not necessarily taken with a grain of salt, or people are going to be the contrarian or things like that. And so I think when you've captured lightning in a bottle and everything's going swimmingly well for you, because the coaching landscape is littered with guys who left jobs and then they immediately regret it, whether they're
100%.
Whether they're basketball coaches or football coaches or athletic directors, where they have left a situation and they go, I immediately regret what I have done.
Yep, because they were chasing a dollar, they were chasing the next best thing,
or they're chasing somebody, or they're being hired by somebody, and then boom, bada bing, that guy leaves, and now all of a sudden he's got a new boss, and you don't see you're not on the same page.
Well, exactly, and the point I'm getting to is that's why I'm saying the job, not the man in the job, the job.
Yeah.
You've got at Texas Tech resources, facilities, administration that's on the same page with you right now. You've got from athletic director, president, regents on the same page with you, fan base on the same page with you, community on the same page with you.
No,
that's why
you make a great case.
That's the point I'm getting to. Yeah. Is this the best job? Because remember, Penn State, okay? They won a Rose Bowl last year. They were in the CFP. They were playing in the Final Four last year. 3 games into the season, 4 games into the season, fired that guy.
If they win their game that went to double overtime?
Yeah, with Oregon.
Yeah, they're probably winning a couple of more games, and he's fine.
Exactly. So is that a great job where you can be? I mean, now granted, we're saying that not knowing what would happen next year. Let's just say for grins, all the same things happen for Texas Tech, and we lose a game to someone in week 4 next week. Are we open to fire Joey McGuire?
Yeah. But I mean, at some point in time, people are going to go, you've been given everything. You lack for nothing. And tomorrow's one of those days where you've been given everything, you lack nothing, and now you've got to win. You've got to win. Because
I agree.
And I think the other thing too is schools will struggle, at any level to develop the facilities that you have here now because
and the resources you have now
of the $20.5 million that you got to give to the student athletes every year.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Yeah, that's the goal, to kind of entertain a little bit here today. So hopefully we've made you smile a little bit. Maybe we've made you mad. It's okay. I don't care. Either or. I'd rather be loved or be hated. I don't want to be milquetoast. Okay?
Okay.
And I think you're in the same boat. People love you or they don't like you.
Love me, hate me, spell my name right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm with you on that too.
Yeah.
It's amazing how people can screw up, Snead, SNEAD. I had to count 5 letters. Heinz, HEINZ, 5 letters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
I was going to use a quote from The Office, but Chuck hates The Office.
I hate The Office. Yeah.
I'm not going to use it.
I love The Office, so why don't you go ahead and use that quote?
Would I rather be loved or feared? Both. I want people to fear how much they love me. Quote Michael Scott.
Do I want people to love them so they hate me?
It's just the stupidest show ever.
It's not the stupidest show ever.
It is.
Did you ever? Okay.
This from Mr. B. This is football related here. This is sports.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to get off to a fast start on offense tomorrow. I'm not worried about the defense, but offensively, we need to get Jacoby and Cam going strong and furious. I do think you need to run the ball tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think getting the ball between the tackles is good. L.J. Martin, they're going to have their guy back, and something I didn't realize, this is an El Paso kid.
He was once a Texas Tech commit too.
Yeah, and
a Stanford commit.
Yeah, but they think that they can get to the edge on Tech, which I don't think they're going to be able to do. I think that they feel like they're going to keep themselves in the game by shortening this game and grinding it out. You can get Martin and Bachmeier. If you can get those guys running well, then they've got a chance. I think that Tech's biggest chance and where they're going to have the most hay is shutting down Bachmeier and keeping Bear from getting going. Now, they had trouble with Avery last week. He got loose a couple times.
Yeah, especially early on.
Yeah, but they tightened that up, and I'm sure that
Bachmeier, though, he's a different guy. He's big.
He's a big dude, and he's more likely to run between the tackles and do more.
230 pounds.
Yeah, but I think that you know what,
he might be slower.
Yeah, Avery was. That's a track star that got to the outside and said, "I'm going to do the Carl Lewis," and he hit the corner, and they started playing the fight song.
I'm so nervous about tomorrow's game. The way I see it, on paper, Tech should win, but they don't play on paper. Go Tech. That from T-Bone. Is there an aspect of the game that you're nervous about tomorrow?
Me? No. I think the best thing that BYU does is something that we are really good at, as run defense. So I am, unless they change something up. The one thing about BYU that concerns me is that their offensive line is old. Like, their whole team is old. This is a team that averages 21 and a half years old. This is
these guys are married with children.
Yeah, they are. BYU, you're always going to get that out of them. This is a team that's got guys, and they've got it listed. Something I've never seen before in a media guide. And game notes is a list of guys who have gone on their missions. And I think
that's what they do. 2/3
of their team, if they haven't already got on their mission, which makes these guys more mature. They've seen life. They've done things. They've, like you said, married with kids. That's the thing about this team that gives me some concern, is that they're an older team. Older doesn't mean better. It just means more experienced, and they can do some things. They've seen a lot more life than a lot of our guys. They don't have very, very few sophomores and very, very few freshmen other than Bachmeier, and they're too deep.
Yeah. We get this. This should make your heart warm. Just getting to tune in and love hearing Snead so early in the morning. Oh. ! Guns up, gal.
Oh.
There you go.
Hey, I thought he was going to say Sue Snead.
No. Guns up, gal.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Huh. Let's see. Thoughts on the black cowboy hat on the field? I do not know what that means.
Who wears a black cowboy hat?
I don't know.
Jacob Rodriguez wears a black cowboy hat a lot walking into the stadium. And I also think that, I think they made an announcement that George Strait's going to come play next year at Jones Stadium. I make plans to go see that.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I? I saw him in college at the Coliseum.
Okay. Well, maybe he'll
hey, the guy's in his 70s. He's still cranking out music, man.
No, I know, right? Good for him.
Good for him. Love that. If I could do that.
Yeah, good for him. I thought he was retired, but maybe I guess he wasn't.
You know what? If you can make money, people will pay you money to come see you.
Right. Yeah, what do you always say?
It ain't bragging if you can do it.
Well, not only that, you're listening to me.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
But I always say that to people that call out and complain until you say, Snead, you're an idiot. Well, you're listening to me.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
That's right. Hey, I do want to plug this because this is really, really cool. This book drive supporting Literacy Lubbock by the Alumni Association for Texas Tech and BYU. And there's 3 different ways that you can donate. You can simply send Literacy Lubbock a book from their Amazon wish list. You can also drop off a new or gently used book at any of the donation sites, which include the Marquette Alumni Center, the Texas Tech Student Union, or the Texas Tech Rawls College of Business. That's going on through today. And so that's awesome. Also at the Fraser tomorrow, or the BYU tailgate if you happen to be a BYU person. So they've donated a significant number already, and it's a cool thing that both Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid have gotten behind. Andy Reid's a BYU grad, and of course Texas Tech's Patrick Mahomes is behind it as well. So that's really cool that they're doing that. What?
I just, off the Snead line, I just got someone's sign for game day tomorrow.
Yeah? Is it good? Can you say it?
I can say it.
What does it say?
Says, your mission trip ends in Lubbock.
Oh, well, that's good.
Wow.
That's good.
Wow.
I hope
it ends in LBK.
Okay.
I love it. That's a great sign. I hope that sign gets on TV.
Yeah. Is there one stat that you're going to watch for tomorrow that you're like, okay, this is going to be important?
Their scoring defense, they're allowing 17 points a game.
Well, their points off turnovers too
they are.
They're right there with Tech. I mean, Tech's more. They've got 51. I think Tech's got like 81.
Yeah.
What about third down, getting off the field?
31.7% for them.
What about rushing? I think rushing yards for them is going to be big. Containing that.
Yeah. If LJ or Bear get loose tomorrow, and it's a possibility. I mean, for the most part, the Red Raider defense contained Kansas State last week, and we were, last week all we heard about, was 5 touchdowns against Texas Tech. Blah 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 blah.
We heard that a lot.
And he got loose for a couple.
He got 2.
And
he didn't get 5 though.
He didn't get 5. But that game, take those 2. Romello Height, he just loses contains. He gets sucked in, and if he doesn't get sucked in, the big long one doesn't happen. And I think that changed the complexion of the game for a little bit. But for the most part, I'm not 100% worried about the defense tomorrow. I think the defense is going to bottle them up.
Here's a number for you, 63. Texas Tech enters this weekend with a share of the FBS lead. 63 offensive plays from scrimmage that have gone for 20 or more yards, including 43 through the air. So if you can get several of those tomorrow, that's going to go a long ways to helping you win this game. And I'd really like to see that early so that you get your offense going earlier than later.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.